Welcome to Citizen Concerned, where we remind you to beware of the comrades. Before we get into today's video, can you believe that 70% of you who watch are not subscribed? Why not? If you enjoy our content and don't want to miss out on any upload, please press the subscribe button below and the notification bell next to it. Thank you. For the most part, Black people are missing from certain circles, not because they do not want to be in those circles and not because they do not have what it takes to be in those circles. No, it is mainly a matter of not being exposed to those circles and not knowing how to get into those circles. A good example of this is rugby, a sport that was exclusively for white people in the apartheid era. Since 1994, you would think that we would have seen the democratic government of South Africa building rugby fields and facilities in several Black communities to afford them the exposure, the training, and opportunity to also be excellent, wealthy rugby players. But unfortunately, 30 years later, this has not happened. The government has not exposed Black people to rugby and many other sports. The same applies to white and blue-collar careers that they could have been exposing Black people to. But guess what? That does not stop us citizens from doing so, right? Which leads us to the story of Siyasanga Mkiva.
It was only my mom, and it wasn't easy without a father figure and stuff like that. And there are a lot of things that I couldn't share with her. We didn't have much. I stayed at the hostel there in Langa, and where we were sharing all five like in one room most of the time. And when I grew up, it was tough.
Siyasanga grew up underprivileged in the hostels of Langa, raised by a single mother who worked as a domestic worker. He was fortunate enough to have a headmaster who identified his potential. And while the headmaster did not have the facilities needed to help Siyasanga reach his full potential, that is his full athletic potential, he connected him to an institution that did. Due to the intervention of his headmaster in Langa, Siyasanga was admitted to the Roos gymnasium, where he tapped into his full potential through the coaching and facilities provided there.
Well, it's an interesting story. I knew his headmaster, Gerald Engele.
I was this young kid trying to enjoy sport.
And he told me that he's got this guy at his school that he really thinks he can play. So I told him, but fill in the forms, I'll make sure that it will be accepted, and I will see to the funds. Before I actually had a dodo for him, no, I didn't have the money. I just made a commitment because I believed this guy had something special in his school. So I said, no, I want him. I just fill in the forms and I will look after him, no problem.
We are grateful to Siyasanga's mother for allowing him to leave home and go live at Roos. We are grateful to his headmaster, Mr. Gerald Njengela, for connecting Siyasanga to Roos's deputy rector, Mr. Van Niekerk. We are grateful for Mr. Van Niekerk for ensuring that Siyasanga was admitted at Roos. And we really want to celebrate Siyasanga Mkiva for looking beyond himself. Some of these people are white. They must be racist. No, they are simply people who cared more than the ANC cared. Siyasanga himself also cares more than the ANC cares. What do I mean? Before I tell you what I mean, if you're enjoying this video and would like YouTube to recommend it to more people, please press the like button below. It's free. Back to what I mean. As a man in his 30s, Siyasanga has dedicated his life to transforming the lives of countless young, underprivileged boys through coaching and nurturing their talents. Having recognized how rugby and being at Paul Roos Gymnasium protected him from the life that many of his peers at Langa were exposed to, Siyasanga has a deep desire to help as many poor young boys avoid that path and be the best that they can be.
Rugby took me away from that. Most of the time I was on a rugby field, and I think that's what saved my life. And to play this sport and to be recognized by one of the biggest schools in South Africa, it was a dream come true.
I actually went on the word of his headmaster that he was special.
I try to do what I can. You know, I'm not trying to be a hero.
But I think today, I'm really proud of him, of what he has made of his life, with the opportunities that was afforded him.
Between 2015 and 2022, Siyasanga's passionate and dedicated coaching has ensured that 50 of the underprivileged boys that he has mentored have gone on to join the renowned Paul Roos Gymnasium like he did as a young boy. He was featured in News 24's 100 Young Mandelas 2023, where they wrote about how by providing these young boys with an opportunity to join Paul Roos Gymnasium, he has offered them a life-changing chance to improve their fortunes and positively transform their families' futures. Siya's coaching has become a catalyst for breaking the cycle of adversity and opening doors to a brighter tomorrow. His Langa headmaster and Paul Roos rector opened these doors to a brighter tomorrow for Siyasanga, and today Siyasanga is doing the same for others. That is how we should be living as concerned citizens, right? The News 24 100 Young Mandelas 2023 feature read, with his inspirational coaching methods and genuine care for the holistic development of his players, Siyasanga Mkiva embodies the essence of a true mentor and role model. His tireless efforts continue to shape the lives of aspiring rugby players and instill in them the belief that dreams can become reality with determination and hard work.
I like to coach under 13 currently because that's where it really starts, you know, which high school, you know, those scouts, they come to you and stuff like that. That's where I was sick as well. Playing Craven Week, you know.
There's a South African saying that goes, Mutu ki mutu kabatu, umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. I am because you are. A literal translation is, a person is a person because of people, and that is absolutely true. Some of you hate seeing white people helping black people because it goes against your preconceived notions. The EFF has told you that white people cannot be trusted. So when I show videos like this, I do it for you and others who have been deceived. For you to see that the enemies are the ANC who did not bring the opportunities. It's the EFF who want you to think that white people are out to get you. The truth is, many people have been helped by people of many races. Siya was helped by his black headmaster. He was also helped by white people of Paul Roos.
So I knew I was responsible for him because I told Gerald that I will look after your boy. And in that way, I think I took on the role as a father for him, yeah. I have no explanation for that. But at that moment, I realized that I've changed a person's life for the good.
The ANC has shown us that not everyone who looks like you has your best interests at heart. Some white people show us that not everyone that does not look like you means you harm.
He's a giver. He always come to me. I never run to him, always come to me. I'm like that, you know, that's a guy who made me who I am today. You know, he gave me this opportunity to be here. He didn't know me, you know, personally, but he believed in me.
I was proud of him, of his achievements during his school career and the rugby that he played and the teams that he made.
I try to do what I can.
I wouldn't be able to pursue the Citizen Concerned venture without all of your support. You wouldn't be where you are without the input of several people in your life. Siyasanga Mkiva wouldn't have come out of the hostels of Langa to become an excellent rugby player and coach without Mr. Gerald Njengela and Mr. Van Niekerk. These two men wouldn't have been able to help Siyasanga without the Paul Roos Gymnasium Foundation. If each of us can play our role, many lives will be positively impacted and improved, and the positive cycle will continue on and on and on. So don't be discouraged about the size of your contribution. Make that contribution to society, please.
I've actually got the letter here, dated 16 April 2002. My main aim with this whole project was to, as I wrote it here, was to right the wrongs of the past and to make a contribution into righting that wrongs through this whole project of ours.
The Paul Roos Gymnasium Foundation began in 2002, and with the help of donors, supporters, and sponsors, it has transformed the lives of countless boys from deprived communities into successful adults contributing positively to society. Which leads me to my humble request to you. Instead of waiting on the government to build that sporting facility, that computer lab, that feeding scheme, what can you and those you are connected to do to make the lives of fellow South Africans better? Share this message to others. That's one way. If you are already doing something, please share it in the comments section. If you are encouraged to start something, also leave a comment telling us what you are encouraged to start. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this has restored your faith in the South African community. Please subscribe and share the link with other citizens. This is Citizen Concerned. Until next time, beware of the comrades.